Havoc, the second attribute that Rover attained in the game, and the first true DPS that you obtain. The attribute is easily the best in the game and annihilates its competition. Havoc Rover puts up crazy damage numbers and is still meta-relevant to this day. Havoc is the attribute of annihilation. It's the deconstruction of matter, lies, and the only hope you have at your mom losing weight. Havoc takes the frequencies, those strings of fate that bind us together, and rends them asunder, bringing about damnation. But you cannot have dissolution without creation, such as shields, plants, and hands that'll drag you down to hell. This is not turning dust into atoms, no, this is the sheer essence of destruction until it fades away into nothingness, like that reality bomb from Doctor Who. From the heavens to the earth, Havoc alone is the one who left it all behind. With great power comes great mental instability, but who cares about that when they're all hot? Minus you, Roshia, you're a fucking rock. By sacrificing part of your mind, you obtain these unique abilities, from the undead zombie rock known as Roshia, to the battle-horny zealot of Camellia. All of the Havoc users are special grades, so let's start with Havoc Rover. Rover obtained the Havoc ability in due part due to Abby's aid, during a fight against the Reaper herself, Dreamless. Being a top-tier main DPS in any team comp, Havoc Rover can carry your cheap-ass or broke-ass through the game free of charge. Carrying a scythe and the ability to harvest wins in a fight like Denji collects suffering in Chainsaw Man. He can harvest your health for himself, create purple flames, and performs a nuclear holocaust for his liberation. There is nothing Havoc Rover can't do. He even used this great power of his to rend a black hole asunder to save his only canonical wife. And then of course we have Donjin, the most violent sociopath to grace the lands of Solaris 3. Don't let her cute and adorable outward personality fool you. She has one purpose, and that's to perform as much murder against a specific group of people that walk across Solaris. The ability to manipulate blood. She's the hidden sister of Yuji and Choso, and if you approach her, be sure you have your passport, otherwise, she might mistake you for being an exile. But don't worry, if you find yourself being a Havoc user, then you'll be set with her. She can buff all Havoc damage and amplify every Havoc user. She's like a Todo to Yuji, the Donjin to Havoc Rover. No jumping is complete without her. Donjin can solo any boss in the game, and she has the most loyal fanbase outside of Tao Chi and Yuan Wu mains because, well, she can, actually do damage. She's a Gooner's wet dream because of how long she'll edge herself on the battlefield for. She is not the only 4-star Havoc Resonator, however. We also have the myth, the woman, the legend, Tao Chi. Single-handedly responsible for improving the logistical support and defense of Zhenzhou, the city itself would have fallen if not for her. Tao Chi put in more work than the fucking Sentinel. No wonder why she's always tired carrying all of Zhenzhou on her back like that. The other attributes could never. The ability to parry and shield from most attacks, she's one of the most durable Resonators in all of Solaris, even more than Galbrenna. And she was catching donuts like she was in a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure episode. Tao Chi's Blossom of Slashes for her forte is an odd name, but with a recent Toon Break mechanic that was in testing, it seems to make sense how she annihilates the frequencies of her foes far more effectively than anyone out there. Not only this, Tao Chi managed to parry us, the players, by making it seem like she scales off defense when the reality is that she wants both attack and defense because, wow, those damage multipliers are great. If you put in the work yourself, then you might be able to make Tao Chi a fantastic choice for your team. But unlike the other attributes, Havoc takes something from you, and in this case, Tao Chi takes away your sleep. In addition, Tao Chi has this thing called alive friends and family members, unlike Baizha and Ling Yang. Honestly, the whole Glacio attribute is put to shame by Tao Chi. Even their best character wants Tao Chi. And of course, up next, we have the most selfish, mentally unstable florist in all of Solaris 3, the Flower Queen herself, Camellia. A woman so unashamed of her murderous ways that everyone else just does not care, and what the fuck are you gonna do to her? Tell her she can't kill someone? My brother and Imperator, she will feed you to her plants. She loves fighting and power so much you'd think she was related to Virgil from Devil May Cry. Talking about pleasure me with more power, how about I pleasure you by giving you a picture of Rover and a tub pup to leave me alone? Anyway, constantly edging herself with overclocking, you'd think she's like Megumi trying to edge herself from stopping himself from summoning Big Raga the Opstapa. But at least Camellia isn't a bitch or a fraud. Camellia is so uncaring of others that if you lack power, she has no motivation. But make no mistake, having power is not a good thing either, because she will fight you and drain you of all of your energy that your grapes will wither away. If you have power, good luck standing against her. Many people think that I hate Camellia, and I'd like to put those rumors to rest. And I am not saying this because Camellia has a sword to my throat. This section was sponsored by Lady Flora's Floral Shop. Want flowers? Come to Lady Flora's Flora Shop, where the most beautiful flowers are kept. Unlike Verena's, these ones can eat your enemies alive. Lady Flora's Floral Shop, where red is beauty. And now, back to our regularly scheduled glazing. And now on to Cantarella Phasalia. Teetering on the edge of delusions and poisons, the matriarch of Phasalia is a welcome addition. Being a healer and someone who can buff these other absolutely insane characters, she feeds more and more into it. Intelligent enough to create an elixir from the dark tide, powerful enough to keep her family safe, and caring enough to put her own life on the line. The matriarch of Phasalia is a true hero, loving of her friends, much like how jellyfish often travel together. I don't know, my only experience with jellyfish is Finding Nemo. Anyway, Cantarella can perform coordinated attacks, heal, swim super fucking fast, and the only reason she's slower than Shorekeeper is because she cheats by turning into a butterfly. Cantarella is marred by tragedy and deserves love and affection herself. Isolated in her manner, she yearns that one day a roving hero will become her Prince Charming and save her family and, oh wait, she pledged her undying loyalty to you already. Well, how about that? And up next, we have an undead rock known as Roshia. Roshia literally died, became a rock, but was yanked back into reality by the goat Pero. Resonating with this ghost in a briefcase, Roshia can hide away, dance to her heart's content, and turn your death into a play that people will laugh at. A beautiful actor on the stage, Cristofora would love to meet her. Summoning tornadoes, jumping people in a fight, and having an off-field ability you can summon mid-fight, she is as fluid as one must be to perform on Captain Brant's stage. Capable of buffing allies, being better than Sanhua, and throwing a fucking suitcase in combat. She's another excellent addition to the Havoc roster. Just don't let Saint Tota see this Roshia glaze, otherwise he'll have to do an oiled-up Cantarella cosplay. Oh yes, but how could I forget Phrolova? We have the super terrorist herself, someone who has performed more crimes against humanity than even Cristoforo, a woman manipulated by the Grand Architect, by death itself to serve non-Havoc Resonators, but now, she seeks her own path, among that of her friends in the Havoc Attribute. She might be a super terrorist, but that doesn't mean she's a monster. I mean, she is half Discord and half human, but that only means she's half monster and half human. Capable of freezing Rover temporarily, she can stand toe-to-toe with the savior of Solaris, even if only for a few seconds. Phrolova's beautiful orchestra of music will tear at your heart and make you as delusional as her. But if you're a friend of hers in the Havoc Attribute, rest assured that you are already delusional and at her beck and call. The one who stands between life and death, summoning forth powers from beyond the grave. Phrolova herself is the Red Witch. She alone is worth being called the Queen of Havoc, powerful, beautiful, and completely innocent of any and all crimes. She has captivated the players so much that her power extends beyond the game itself into our world, where her symphonies affected our hearts so much that many of us turned on Rover and joined in her delusion, becoming part of her dear reverie. However, we also have a new Resonator to the roster, one with the ability to annihilate frequency. Oh wait, that's just Havoc itself. One with a forte opposite the Tao Chi, where her eyes allow her to slice through the threads between frequencies, dismantling things at a far more effective level, and repurposing those devastated frequencies to heal herself and allies. The best buffer for negative status teams, and even the Lord Arbiter must kneel before her paywalled Havoc Bane effect and her universal increase of stacks of negative statuses. She too edges herself in the city of Honami for over 2 months. Damn! Women are just freakier than men, and that's kind of fucking insane. Anyway, Chista can slice through nearly anything with extreme precision, and she wears a collar on her neck. As a Havoc Resonator, this naturally means she's one of the best units in the game, and you might want to leash her up before she leaves for another attribute that her outro can actually work on. And as you can see here, the roster of Havoc users is absolutely stacked. And combined with the hope of mankind, the Rover himself, it's no wonder why this attribute deserves all the glaze it can get. From being able to dissolve the lament, to being a manifestation of it, there is no greater attribute to determine what it means to defy fate itself. All of those stories of defiance, of fighting back against the lament. Oh, how beautifully tragic their lives are. To have their mind and sanity stripped away in the greater defense of humanity. Yes, even Phrolova, the most selfless yet selfish attribute of man. These individuals can truly understand the devastation mankind can bring upon the world itself. They dive deeper into the depths of mankind's unconscious and return with power, but with lost aspects of the mind. From being more tired to seeing delusions to outright insanity. But you tell me, dear viewer, is there an attribute more worthy of Glaze? Is there any attribute more befitting that of defiance in its purest form? Is there an attribute more befitting that of equality, if not for the very nature of equal dissolution for all matter across Solaris 3? The grandest puppets of the shadows of mankind turn out to be the ones who can grant us hints into how to save everyone. No wonder why Christophora was so happy to see Phrolova leave, because he finally saved her, and now she may be able to save others by bringing them the beauty of the Havoc Attribute. Just as Tao Chi, Camellia, and the others do, so perfectly, so selfishly selfless. Come forth into the Havoc Attribute. The only price is a part of your mind, a part of your sanity, but in return, you'll be one step closer to achieving your own obsession.